Alright, a fossil hey from CFA. What's up, guys? Ashby Gale here, owner of Charleston Fossil Adventures and photographer and co-author of A Beachcomber's Guide to Fossils, coming in with a very special broadcast this morning. So, why am I out here and why is this live stream different than the others? This live stream is dedicated to a single person, and his name is Kaden Allen Ross. Now, the story behind this, I'm going to give this to you before we start hunting, because Kaden is going to get all of the fossils, or rather, Kaden's dad is going to get all of the fossils that are found in today's live stream. And there's going to be two parts. So, we're going to start here at this site and hunt it here at low tide, and then we're going to go to another site and I'll broadcast from there as well. So, I was reached out by a follower here of the channel, Brandon. And Brandon, whenever you're tuning in, drop a comment so I know that you're watching and with us today. He reached out to me because he wanted me to do something pretty special, and that was dedicate a live stream to his son, Kaden. And at age 10, Kaden was diagnosed with clear cell sarcoma, which is an incredibly rare form of cancer. It occurs in the soft tissues, and it's pretty aggressive from what I've read. And unfortunately, Kaden passed away. But Kaden really loved sharks. And so he loved fossils, he loved sharks, and he actually has a 14-foot tiger shark named after him. It's off the coast of Hawaii. And so his dad, Brandon, is having me do this live stream for him in celebration of his life. And it's pretty special to me because this is the second time that technically the third time I've been involved with someone who's passed that is associated with my tours. So he's got this 14-foot tiger shark named after him, and as part of his Make-A-Wish Foundation trip, he actually got to go shark cage diving in Hawaii and fishing off the coast as well. He found some beautiful fish on the trip, and I'm sure that the diving experience was incredible. That's something I've never even done. That's on my list, for sure. So, Kaden, you beat me there. So while he was in the hospital, Brandon brought in a 3-foot mako shark. And I'm going to pause here because I'm seeing some ripples just offshore. Let me flip this around. It might be a dolphin. Bear with me. Oh yeah, it's a dolphin. It's a dolphin. All right. Let's see, you can see those ripples right there. That's incredible. You can't plan a visit like that. All right, come on. Oh yeah. Wow. Let's see if he comes back. That is incredible. What a way to start the video. And the morning. It's a gorgeous morning out here. You can see the water is like glass. Okay, he's headed off now. Wow. Alright, let's flip this back around. Okay, that's pretty cool. Alright, get back up here. So his dad got him a 3-foot-long mako shark. It looks like a taxidermied model. It's a really gorgeous shark that he had with him in the hospital bed, and so then, 1 month after he passed, Brandon went on a deep sea fishing trip, and lo and behold, he actually caught a 3-foot mako shark, and he sent me these photos, and it's phenomenal. I mean, I've never gotten to see a mako shark in person, so that's really cool in that regard. But then to have one just like the one he brought into Kaden while he was in the hospital, that's pretty incredible. Just like this dolphin sighting. Brandon is, essentially trying to live out the activities that his son wanted to do in his lifetime, and he got him these megalodon teeth as well, and there's just this really beautiful story behind it. So why isn't Brandon out here with me? Unfortunately, he got in a pretty bad car accident. Got T-boned with another vehicle and is undergoing a long recovery. And so he isn't able to get out here on a trip this month, and we're hoping to get something scheduled in the coming weeks. So this live stream is for you, Kaden. This is going to be dedicated entirely to you, this one and the next one. And, all of the fossils that I'm finding today on the live stream, they're going to Brandon. I'm going to package them up really nicely. And so I've also got another surprise, and Brandon doesn't know this one's coming, and I hope you're watching right now so that you can hear it, because any scientific discoveries that I make during these 2 live streams and during today in general, obviously I donate things to science, and they I find them pretty much on every single trip. Dolphin ear bones, rare sea turtle parts, bizarre fish fossils, you name it. But today, any scientific discovery that I make is getting donated in Kaden's name, so that he can have a fossil, or hopefully a few fossils, with his name on it, that are in a research institution and museum. If they're ever on display, they'll have his name under there, and his name's going to live on forever in those institutions. So that's an extra surprise that Brandon didn't know was coming. So I hope we find some good stuff today. Now, that said, I did find one shark tooth coming up before starting the camera, and it's pretty special. The first shark tooth I found today, no joke, it's a mako shark tooth. So already we got a dolphin sighting, we've got this mako connection. I think it's going to be a great live stream. Let's go ahead and start collecting. And we'll get right into it. So, this is my low tide site. We're going to go right down to the water line. Low tide today is at 8:10. So, we've got gorgeous morning light coming in here now. Going to really illuminate those fossils, and looks like the water's pretty clear today too, so I'll be keeping my eye out underwater as well. Forgive the camera if I'm shaking it a bit. There are a lot of no-see-ums this morning, so those biting flies might be getting my hand from time to time. We're also at a 0 low tide today, so exactly sea level, exactly a normal low tide, which means we do have a fair bit of material uncovered. Got a boat coming by that's going to stir the water up a little bit. Let me see if I can spot anything before it muddies the water. Really clear water. Everything you're looking at right here is underwater. We don't get conditions like this too often. Yeah, let's see. I want to see a giant tooth sitting under the water out here. That's for sure. Yeah, it's getting a little muddy. I'll hop back up on land and we'll go back down there once it clears out. Phosphate. I have not walked through this stretch yet today, so as always, nothing is staged, nothing is planted. You are seeing these fossils wash out in real time. Phosphate there. Oh, triangular rock. Okay, there we go. Got a nice big bat ray tooth right there. Excellent. And as always, for those watching, I'd love to hear where you're tuning in from. We love collecting our international viewers and viewers across the state as well. We've got a little fish vertebra right there. And a barnacle, 30 million years old. For those that are new to, we've got a lot of really cool finds that we can make out here. This is a 28 to 30 million year old limestone these fossils are washing out of, with a mixture of younger deposits as well from the Miocene epoch, Pliocene epoch, and the Pleistocene, also known as the Ice Age. Now, this is it. 13 minutes in, sitting out here at low tide. Do you see it? It's the fossil I spy. We got a nice shark tooth. Second tooth of the day. Not a bad one to start off with. Right there. Look at that. It's cooler than Megalodon. Look at that. Serration's lighting up in the sunlight. There you go, Kaden. That is a gorgeous tooth. All right. Beautiful. That comes from Carcharicles angustidens, and he is the two-time predecessor to Megalodon. 24 to 30 million years old on his age range. And not a bad way to start right there. We got some bird life joining us as well. There's our Carolina wren calling off in the background. I also heard a pretty special bird, first one I've heard of the year, a painted bunting. Looks like a little parrot that lives here. Got the blade of another angustidens. Pales in comparison to that big one. Oh, there we go. Look at it glinting, glistening in the light. Just beautiful. Nice. Yes, sirree, this is going to be a good hunt. 2 big Angustidens right off the bat. What I'd really love to find is a gorgeous mako tooth for you. Oh, got another one down here. Welcome everyone, thanks for tuning in. Oh, we have a snaggletooth right there. Looks like it even still has some of the limestone matrix attached to it, helping to provide us some provenance that it is indeed 28 to 30 million years old. So I mentioned that I've now been involved with 3 individuals who have been associated with my tours in past. The other one that I didn't know about and was just made aware of a few weeks ago took my tour, a few years ago, and she had always wanted to go on one of my trips and find some fossils, find some shark teeth, and lo and behold, her husband actually found an ear bone from the first fossil record of porpoises from the entire Atlantic coast. And he donated it. It's now at the Mace Brown Museum of Natural History, and was the first one that any of my clients had ever found. It's been involved in a paper and CT scanning up at Vanderbilt University for some pretty cool research. And what I never knew was that his wife actually passed away a couple weeks after that trip, and all she talked about prior to that was just how amazing the trip was and how much she had enjoyed it and all this, and just had a rare unknown tumor. And she told me this, and of course how could I have known that after all my clients leave? I'd usually never see them again unless they're a repeat customer. So that was just completely mind-blowing. I didn't even Miles Johnson and Wynn, the discoverer. Fossils give us this unique opportunity to look at our time on this planet. Sand tiger right there. Look at our time on this planet and treasure it, cherish it. We're looking at these fossils. These things, of course, are millions of years older, of course, way older than the time that humans have been on this earth. And sorry about that. I'm trying to remember where I was headed. It'll come to me. Sorry, I'm absorbed in the moment. Yes. Okay. So these fossils represent, less than 1% of all of the bones and teeth lost from these animals during this time period. So, an animal's life on this planet is fleeting enough already, but then the chance of its bone becoming a fossil is even smaller. So it just really makes you appreciate the fossils that we do find and the time that we spend out here collecting them. All right, I'm getting into the stretch where we've got some more of the high quality fossils will wash out. Alright, look at that. Right there. That's a really big whalebone. That's pretty cool. Has that wood grain-like texture to it. One of the easiest ways to identify bone fossils here in the Low Country. I'm feeling something good through here. We should have another nice tooth. We need a shark vertebra as well. Gotta round out the fossil collection with some of those. Phosphate. Okay, this stretch is unique because we get some rivulets running down through the water, or running down through the sand, and they peel off this silty covering over everything. So hopefully we can see some fossils uncovered. Let's see the tip of a big tooth sticking out here. Or we'll get this glass out of here. Got another fossilized barnacle right there. There's a stingray tooth. Boy, the no-see-ums are not very kind this morning. We have no wind. The water is very flat. And so these bugs are out like crazy this time of year. Alright, I can't believe there hasn't been a nice tooth through this stretch. We're getting into some bigger rocks, so hopefully we'll have a bigger tooth hiding down in there too. Aha, I see you. I believe we got a little bit of enamel poking through there. Yep, sure enough. A little tip of a mako shark. Oh, buddy, man. Yeah, these no-see-ums are relentless. Oh, there we go. There is a nice snaggletooth right there. Wonderful serrations on that one. One of my favorite shark species to find out here. There we go. That thing is a piece of loggerhead sea turtle shell. That's a nice big chunk from something like Carolina Keeley's. It's a loggerhead that's pretty similarly sized to today's, maybe a little bit smaller. That's a nice one. You got the sutured edge right there and the broken surface right there. All right, good morning, Brandon. Thank you for joining in. Hopefully you've been with us since the start, because we had a pretty incredible occurrence happen. While I was doing the introduction, we had a dolphin come in 3 feet from shore. I gave a spectacular display. I caught it on camera, so that'll be able to be watched back at the beginning of this. We've also had, let's see, there's the glorious tooth from earlier. Gorgeous angustodons, and serrations that catch in the sunlight. And let's see, another one right here. Right there. Another gorgeous one. So, we are still in the good zone, looking real closely through all of this gravel. We want some amazing teeth. I'd love to get a mako, a really nice mako tooth for you, as well as a tiger shark, you know? We got that tiger shark off the coast of Hawaii. We need a tiger shark tooth included as well. Right there, another angustodons. Yes, sirree. Grandpa Megalodon. And the other thing to note about all of these angustodons that we're used to finding here in Charleston, they are actually juvenile sharks. So paper that came out of the college a couple years back showed evidence that we had a shark nursery here in Charleston 28 to 30 million years back. And so the majority of the shark teeth that people are used to finding from our oldest deposit here are actually baby sharks. So it's a neat thing to see, a neat thing to think about. All of these little baby sharks that are still probably, 15 feet long, swimming around above Charleston that many years ago. Okay. Let's see, we're right about at low tide now. So I'll make sure I keep my eye here at the edge of the water. There's a lot of tricky leaves. Those things look a lot like the blades of teeth, but they are just live oak leaves. It's not very nice of them. Let's see. Sponge or a soft bryozoan. That's gorgeous. That's the thing I love most about fossil hunting, is it's not about just the Oh, there we go. Right down there, we've got a tiger, a long-toothed tiger shark. That guy. Oh, that one's in lovely condition. Fun fact on this one, his species name, well, his scientific name is Physogaleus contortus, but the contortus part of that is named after that contorted or twisted mesial cutting surface. I love finding those teeth as well. We got a little periwinkle snail trucking along through the sand. That's pretty cool, leaving that little trail. Keep on trucking, dude. Okay, we're at the end of fossils this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop us back to the other end of the beach to search the water line. And we'll come back and we'll look at this stuff up here later. We want to make sure we can see every inch of this beach at low tide before that water covers it up. Gorgeous morning out here. It is actually quite warm now. It's pretty cold last night. Of course, cold for us in Charleston is a little bit different for those of you further north. Alright, almost back to where I started. And we'll slow down and look at this a little closer. Alright, let's start looking right about here. See if I missed anything in the last few feet of this. Glad to have everyone watching here on the live stream. And if you're watching this as a replay, we're glad to have you as well. Drop a comment in the chat or the comments section with where you are tuning in from. We love to have as many states and countries represented on these streams as possible. Well, see, I did miss stuff. I've got billfish. Alright. Let's see what else is. I see we're having some connectivity issues here. I'm gonna keep broadcasting and hope. Let's see. See, it looks like we're still having some issues. I'm going to try and let it sit here for a bit. See if that catches the signal again. Shoot. Alright, well, we're going to, here guys, I'm going to try